one of the most important conclusion or the property of bond. Here it is. Irrespective of the YTM of a bond through its life, the price will converge towards the par value as the time to maturity reduces. As and when time passes, whether it is a premium bond or a discount bond or a par bond, it will approach the par value as and when time passes. Again, why does it happen? Can you tell me that? Why does it happen? Tell.
So, because there's less uncertainty.
No. Less uncertainty would reduce the YTM. Less uncertainty would reduce the risk, and the risk reduces, the YTM reduces. And,
Because there are less,
when the YTM reduces, the price increases.
because there are less cash flows to discount.
Others, does that make sense to you? You are spot on correct. Yes, let's look at and prove it through an example. Here is the bond which is having 6% semi-annual coupon. The par value is $1,000 and the YTM is 3%. You know what? For the sake of practice as well, why don't you calculate the present value of the bond? When the time to maturity is 3 years remaining, 2.5 years remaining, 2 years remaining, 1.5, etc., etc. All of you just pick up one number. T is equal to 3, T is equal to 2.5. Just take up one number and then tell me the present value. Now remember one thing, whether it is 3 years to maturity or 2 years remaining to maturity or 6 months remaining to maturity, 0.5. We are assuming one thing over here, that the YDM is constant. देखो सेमी एनुअल है, तो तुम्हारा जो पीएमटी जो है, अगर मैं लेट्स से प्रेजेंट व्हेन टी इज इक्वल टू 3 ले लेता हूँ एंड आई एम कैलकुलेटिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ द बॉन्ड व्हेन 3 years are remaining to maturity, your PMT, you always start with PMT. I've been telling you time and again, and there is a reason to it, because PMT in this case is not 6% but semi-annual, so 3%, which is 3% into $1,000, it is $30. Now this is $30. This is the command which you are giving to the calculator, your powerful calculator. Then your IY is the rate at which you discount. Now here's the thing, PMT is $30 per semi-annual, every 6 months types. Now here's the thing, should I take discount rate every 6 months वाला कि 12 महीने वाला? What does it make sense? अगर तुम्हारा कैश फ्लो हर 6 महीना आ रहा है, तो 12 महीने का मैं नंबर लूँ क्या डिस्काउंट रेट? क्या ऐसे 6 महीने का ही होएगा? अभी YTM इज ऑलवेज ऑन अ स्टेटेड एनालाइज बेसिस. मतलब 3% आता कैसे? 1.5% इंटू 2, 2 बार 6 महीना होता है, तो 1.5% is the YTM per 6 months. You see, PMT 6 महीने का नंबर है, तो IY भी 6 महीने का नंबर होगा. एंड गेस वॉट, तुम्हारा N कितना होगा when 3 years are left to maturity? How many 6 months are there in 3 years? 6. So N is 6. This is 6 is the number of 6 months in 3 years. And then future value is equal to 1000. And when you do present value, the present value will be how much? Of course it will be at premium, but how much? 1048 or something? So okay, so the answer is 1085 something. Now you have to also find out the present value of the bond, if at all. Not 3 years are left, let's say 2.5 years are left. Can I say the N becomes 5 over here? And then you calculate present value again. Of course the answer will be a little different, but you know what, the answer will be less than 1085. Can you tell me what is the answer?
1071.74.
1071. This is what the answer you will get if you calculate the price of the bond when 3 years is left to maturity, 2.5 years, 2 years, so on and so forth. And I don't know if you notice, what you need to notice is this, guys, that the price of the bond, which is starting at 1085, it's a premium bond. You know, it continues to stay at premium throughout its life. Why? Because throughout its life, YTM is constant. Throughout its life, YTM is less than coupon. You know? So it continues to stay at premium, yes, but the price keeps on falling and it kind of approaches $1,000. On the last day, it is going to be $1,000. And it kind of makes sense, right? At least on the last day, it has to be $1,000. Don't you think so?
Yes, sir.
I mean, imagine me having a conversation with you on the last day of the bond. Hey, you know what? I'll sell the bond to you at $1,010 or $1,020. Will you buy it from me at $1,020? You'll be like,
No,
why should I
sir.
buy $1,020 in the morning? शाम को मुझे $1,000 देने वाला, $20 का लॉस क्या करूँ? मैं बोलूँगा अच्छा 1,010 में खरीद, 1,005 में खरीद. तुम नहीं खरीदोगे ना? Can I say there will be no buyer at the price above $1,000? And if that's not the case, can I say the bond will be at $1,000? And of course, there will be no seller at the price below $1,000. I mean, why will I sell it at $995 in the morning when I know by tonight I'm going to get $1,000? Can I say the price of the bond on the last day of the bond will be $1,000? But the interesting part is the premium bond price reduces as and when time passes. The premium bond, in case of premium bond, the price reduces as and when time passes and it approaches maturity. Why? Actually, it's pretty much in the line with what Vasudev said initially. Because when 3 years were remaining, what was happening was that 3% coupon, you know, semi-annual I'm talking about, 3% coupon was discounted at 1.5% rate. Now this thing, whatever it is, maybe a nice thing maybe, was happening 6 times earlier. But later when 6 months are gone and one more coupon is given, you know, the same thing in green color is now happening 5 times only. Can I say, intuitively speaking, the price of the bond will fall? Let me embarrass you. When 3% coupon cash flows were discounted at 1.5%, ये सुहाना हादसा 6 बार हो रहा था पहले, पर एक बार 6 महीना गुजरने के बाद वो खाली 5 ही बार हो रहा है. Can I say the price of the bond will fall? It will continue to stay at premium, but it will fall and go towards par. Are you getting it?
सर
हाँ.
इसमें हम बेसिकली डिनोमिनेटर का जो पावर है वो कम करते जा रहे हैं ना.
Yes, bro.
यस सर. तो
ए हेलो,
इवेंचुअली
पावर कम हो रहा है, पावर कम हो रहा है क्योंकि लिए वक्त गुजर रहा है, तो कैश फ्लो भी
हाँ
कम हो
वक्त
रहा है.
गुजर रहा है.
So
यस सर.
earlier there were 6 coupons which were discounted at 1.5%. Now there are 5 coupons which are discounted at 1.5%.
यस सर.
हाँ. So yeah.
तो इवेंचुअली पावर 0 हो जाएगा और वो 1 हो जाएगा, तो डिवाइड करने को, डिस्काउंट करने को कुछ रहेगा ही नहीं. तो
अरे
par
लास्ट
वाली
डे पे
बात.
कुछ पैसा ही नहीं बचा है
हाँ.
प्रेजेंट वैल्यू करने
यस.
के लिए, तो रेस टू द पावर 0 छोड़, न्यूमरेटर में भी कुछ नहीं बचा है.
यस सर.
बराबर ना. सुबह को 10 बजे से क्या आने वाला है, $1,000 ही तो आने वाला है शाम को. तो इट इज
Yes, sir.
1000 डिवाइड बाय 1 प्लस YTM रेस टू द पावर 0. ए हेलो, हाँ बराबर, रेस टू द पावर 0, राइट, बराबर है, बराबर. And now, in case of discount bond, first of all, for the sake of calculation, tell me what will be the price of the bond. 6% semi-annual coupon, YTM 12%. What will be the present value when T is equal to 3, 2.5, 1.5, so on and so forth. Do the calculation. Get some practice. हाँ, तो आंसर क्या है तुम्हारा? PMT will be again $30, but in this case your IY will be 6%. Why? Because 12% is full year, we want 6-month number. N will be 6 because if we are talking about 3 years, future value will be 1000, and when you calculate present value, the present value will be what, 877 or something? I guess, let me double check. No, it's not 877, it is
852.4803.
852. Thank you so much. And now when n is equal to 5, like 2.5 years to maturity, is it 877 or 873? बराबर है? Now here's the question, the classic question. If you observe, throughout the life of the bond, the remaining life of the bond, the 3 years, what is happening is that the coupon of 3%, the semi-annual coupon of 3% is discounted at semi-annual YTM of 6%, and the bond is at discount forever because the YTM is assumed to be constant. And yes, for the entire time period, the bond is at discount. But guess what? As and when time passes, the price of this bond is increasing such that on the last day, it becomes equal to the par value. Again, there is no discussion over here. The bond on the last day will be at par value because no buyer and seller will trade the bond at a price other than $1,000. The seller will not sell at the price below $1,000 on the last day, and the buyer will not buy the bond at the price above $1,000. So it will be bought and sold at $1,000 on the last day, no doubt about it. But why is the price of this discount bond increasing as and when time passes? It's the same example or the same explanation in case of premium bond. You see, in case of a discount bond, 3% coupon cash flows were discounted at 6%. Now, this was happening, this zulm or this torture on the cash flow, this torture on the 3% cash flow was happening earlier 6 times, when time was 3 remaining. But later, after 6 months has gone by, this same torture is happening only 5 times. Can I say intuitively the price will rise? Just an intuitive way of looking at it. The other explanation is, earlier, this thing was happening. Yeah, I think that's the same explanation actually. You are discounting cash flow 6 times at a higher rate, and later you're discounting cash flows 5 times. Yes, at a higher rate, but only 5 times. Are you getting it? No wonder the price of the bond will increase. Are you getting, all of you? Clear about this? So if you realize
Yes.
and if you notice that in case of a premium bond, as and when time passes, the price falls and it approaches the maturity. Actually, I shouldn't do the wavy line. The price falls and it approaches the maturity on the last day of the bond. Whereas in case of a discount bond, the price increases as and when time passes and it approaches maturity. Of course, in case of a par bond, the price will always stay at $1,000 because it is at par. The coupon and YTM is the same, right? This path of the price of the bond, which the path which the price of the bond takes as and when time passes, assuming yield is constant, this path is referred as constant yield because yield is assumed to be constant. This path is referred as constant yield price trajectory. Trajectory means path. Are you getting it, all of you? And now if you were to make an argument, hey, you know what, we assume that the yield is constant. Practically, that's not going to happen. The yield keeps on changing. Fair enough. If that happens, whether it is a premium bond or a discount bond, the trajectory will be a little wavy line, increase, decrease, but then it will approach the par value because on the last day, you will buy and sell the bond at par value. It cannot be at any other price. Same with the discount bond. The trajectory will be a little shaky, wavy lines, but it will approach the par. Are you getting it? It won't be a smooth road. It will be like some Indian roads full of adventure. So yeah, but nonetheless, from the theory point of view, we are assumed that the yield will stay constant for the remaining life of the bond, and hence the trajectory, the smooth road. Are you clear about this? हाँ
जो पॉइंट M है वही टोटल लाइफ ऑफ द बॉन्ड है ना?
हाँ ठीक है, like बराबर ना, you got it right. 3 years is remaining, 2.5 is remaining, 2 years is 1.5, 1 is remaining, then 0 is remaining.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear है? So this is what constant yield price trajectory is.